I normally don't brief my guests on the game whatsoever. However, this one required a tiny bit of homework. So I reached out to Lex and I told her, every single song, I need you to pick one photo that encapsulates the feeling of this song to you. So what I'm going to do is provide you guys with an immersive listening experience.
Oh my, that is amazing.
Are you kidding me?
That is so, I love that.
So buckle up, guys, because we're about to dive in and we're going to use all of our senses. You're going to hear the backstory behind some of these songs.
Wow.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Okay. All right, guys, welcome back to a first of its kind experience, not only on mic drop, but for Etari herself.
Yes.
We're going to go through this album. We're going to use all of our senses. We're going to get some background on the tracks.
Hell yeah.
We're going to laugh. We're going to cry.
All of it.
We're going to feel all the feels.
Hell yeah.
So let's start with the opening track, El Sol.
El Sol, the
Sol.
sun.
Obviously the sun.
Yeah, so that track, I chose that for the first track because, well, first off, it's a very beautiful ambient track, and I feel like the instruments that I used in it, there's like this guitar sound that you just hear getting like louder and louder, and it's like, do no 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 no, and for that reason, I chose that actually as the beginning track because it sounds like you're just like opening up.
Like a sunrise
and
kind of?
Like a sunrise vibe, and you're opening up and you're like entering this album, basically. Yes. That is the way that I kind of like, it's really, I really mapped everything like a story in this album, but that is why I chose that as the first track.
Absolutely.
And that's why I also chose this picture, because it's literally her sitting. This almost reminds me of like a new beginning. Like she's sitting here, and then there's people walking.
Kind of, yeah.
Like walking into this like unknown. Like you have no idea what this is. And to me, I just kind of saw that as a new beginning. And it really just matched with the overall vibe of the track. I thought it was perfect.
And that's a big reason why I chose to do this game with you is because your music is so ambient, like you're saying, and it just has such a vibe, and you don't necessarily express yourself through lyrics so much.
No, actually, not at all.
And as a DJ on stage, like you're saying, you don't really talk much on stage.
No, not at all.
You never do interviews. So this is really a first experience for people to know what was going through your head.
Absolutely. Producing really is my way of just like letting out all of my emotions as a human being I do it into my music.
Yeah.
That is like my way of doing it. So I feel like my music is it's definitely a very storytelling experience. Yeah.
And so I have to end with a question for each slide.
For sure.
Each slide.
Each slide.
We're sliding through.
Sliding through.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, please.
Describe how you'd spend a perfect day in the sun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Echo Park. Echo Park, 110%. I would love to go to Echo Park with all the homies. Honestly, if we had like some way to just like have a little like DJ set up there, I would play probably honestly a lot of the music from my album. Yeah. So this one is Euphoric Disclaimer. This is actually my personal favorite on the album. Yeah. And what's really cool is I feel like every artist kind of has like their personal favorite, and this is mine. And what's cool is I have had quite a few friends that have reached out to me saying this is actually their personal favorite too. But yeah, Euphoric Disclaimer, honestly, I chose this because when I listen to Euphoric Disclaimer, I just like think of running around in the jungle. I don't know what it is about the track. I just like
Jungle Girl.
Just like Jungle Girl. But in the track, I infuse just like a lot of the whole album has a lot of nature sounds, but especially this one, like
you're like in Tulum or you're in Hawaii.
Tulum actually. Tulum is the perfect. That's amazing. Tulum.
Here we are.
We're in Tulum. We're in Tulum, babes. But yeah, that's literally why I chose this, because it's just like I don't know, a forest and just tons of greenery. That really is why I chose this. Yeah.
So I must know, when was the last time you felt the feeling of euphoria?
Oh my gosh, the feeling of
keep it PG, people.
There's
kids watching the show.
Kids watching Mic Drop music.
Maybe. I don't know, actually.
I don't know. Who knows?
I gotta do my research.
A label that I'm a part of called Low Recordings, they actually reached out to me to be a resident DJ for them, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And they actually had me play this really huge warehouse party, and I opened up for this artist named Felipe Gordon. He is so freaking dope. Like, just like very jazzy, very housey, very groovy. And he's definitely made a name for himself. So I got to open up for him, and then I also got to open up for this DJ named Grant, and he's exactly the same way. So that was definitely a moment of euphoria for me, being able to open up for these legends. I was like, no way, this is insane.
Making your dreams come true.
Yes, 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 yes. So this is the beloved Rainbow Eucalyptus. Okay. This is literally the track that made this album come to life. Rainbow Eucalyptus actually was the first track I ever made for the album. I remember it was just like this late night, 1 a.m. I just felt like producing. I was like laying in bed, still living at home, just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, you know what? I kind of want to make music right now. Just hop out of bed, went to my desk, started doing my thing. And I usually like start with the drums first when I make music. Got the drums going. I was like, okay, hell yeah, feeling this. And then I usually find like the main like melodic pad sound that's like kind of in the background. Found that and then started like adding a couple melodies in. And I literally worked on it and finished it like in a day. I was like, this is the track. Like, this is gonna be the beginning of the album. And at the time actually of the EP, because it was just supposed to be a 4-track EP. Yeah. But this was literally the first track that I made for it.
I swear those big ideas always come like this.
Yeah, just exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I literally chose this picture for it just because, look at it, Rainbow Eucalyptus. Yeah. It just reminded me of the track so much.
So since we're having a sensory experience here, let's use our sense of smell.
Yes.
What is your favorite smell? Like, what's your favorite scent?
Oh man, my favorite scent. This is gonna sound a little cliche.
Like gasoline or something?
No, I love the scent of eucalyptus.
That's why I asked. That's actually why I
am in love with eucalyptus. Like, I love essential oils. Eucalyptus is one of my favorite. Also love like peppermint oil and just like all kinds of oils, but eucalyptus, my favorite.
I had a feeling.
Yes.
I had a feeling. Who's up here?
Yeah, so this was for Funky Fuchsia, Miss Funky Fuchsia.
Miss
Funky Fuchsia. I chose this because when I listen to Funky Fuchsia, it's actually like one of the more like deeper, like super kind of like hypnotic, groovy tracks. And it makes me like think of walking around, this is probably like Tokyo or something. It makes me think of roaming around with the homies and just like experiencing nightlife. That is what I feel when I listen to Funky Fuchsia. So that's why I chose this.
I love that. Yeah. And going off that, my question for Funky Fuchsia is, what color is your energy?
Oh
like,
my
according
gosh.
to you.
What color is my energy? Honestly, I feel like I'm a very outgoing, very positive person.
I'll tell you what I think it is, but I want you to go first.
Okay. Honestly, I'm kind of in. I love yellow.
I was gonna say yellow.
I love yellow.
You're a yellow.
I feel like I'm very yellow.
Yes.
I almost was gonna maybe go with orange, but yellow just feels more me.
Yes.
I'm very yellow.
I've been told I'm yellow too.
Yes, yellow.
No.
This is Dandelion Dance.
Yeah, I love it.
So Dandelion Dance.
Wait, first of all, pause.
Yeah.
Aren't all of these photos she chose amazing? When she emailed them to me, I freaked out. I'm like, this is gonna look so cool.
I love very aesthetically pleasing things.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was having so much fun.
It really all comes together with these photos.
Thank you. This is for Dandelion Dance. I chose this because first of all, dandelions. And are those dandelions actually?
Are they?
I'm so dead. Anyways, I'm actually
first
not.
First of all, dandelion. Actually, I think they're daisies.
Oh my gosh, daisy dance, baby. I'm so dead.
I didn't go to flower school, so I do not know.
Clearly, I didn't either.
I did not get my degree in flowers.
Because now I'm looking and they're definitely not. But anyways, it reminded me.
We respect the floral arts, nonetheless.
Yes, absolutely. But when I made Dandelion Dance, I actually like literally was thinking of dandelion flowers like dancing and grooving together. And the track sounds exactly like that to me. So that's why I chose this. It looks like they're all just kind of, having a trippy time and grooving.
They very well might be. So this is kind of a silly question, but going off our senses again. So never be able to dance again or never be able to smell the flowers.
Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, never. I would probably go with never smelling flowers again.
Yeah.
As much as I love it, I need to dance.
You can look at them and admire the look.
Exactly.
You don't need to smell them, I guess.
I guess I don't need to smell them, even though I do love smelling great things. But I need to dance.
You just gotta dance.
I need to dance. I need to groove.
Just dance. Everything's gonna be okay. Da-dub-doo-doo.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I love this one.
So this one is Luna Tears. This is probably like one of the most emotional tracks on the album. That is why I chose this, because it literally looks just like a flow of just tears and emotion packed into the photo.
Yeah.
And that's what Luna Tears is for me. It's just like, because remember how I mentioned before how when I got asked to make an album instead for the label, I had to go into my tracks that weren't complete yet, and I had to like look for new tracks and complete them.
This is one of them?
This is one of them, and I feel like I definitely made this track during a time in my life where I was probably going through it. So, Luna Tears.
Luna Tears. Okay, my question for this one is, what is something dumb that makes you cry?
Something dumb?
Not like something traditional, like...
Okay, like what do we mean?
Like, do you cry at, like, I don't know, the In the Arms of the Angels dog commercials?
Oh my gosh.
I cry personally at baby pictures. Like, I see baby pictures and I cry.
For some reason, I can't picture you crying at a baby picture.
I cry once a year.
That's why
I cry maybe once a year tops. But the one thing that will choke me up is baby pictures. That's the dumb thing for me.
You know what? There is one thing. Oh, I just don't remember the track name. But, you know, back in the day, like, my parents are religious, so obviously I was always, like, cruising to church with them back in the day. And there was this one song that would always play.
You
like,
raise me up.
It wasn't that one. God, what was it called? I think it was called, like, Oceans or something. But every time it would play, I would just start bawling my eyes out. And I was like, why am I crying so hard?
Actually, you know what? I saw Kanye West at Sunday Service Coachella.
Oh, my God.
Granted, it was day 3 of Coachella, so I was drained. I was running low at that point anyways. But the sounds of their voices in the choir singing literally brought me to tears.
Oh,
like my friends turned around and I have like one single
trying to not let it go out.
But I love that it's music.
Yes,
even music makes you cry.
Yeah, all the time. Actually, another, like, I think that this is probably my second favorite on the album.
Runner-up.
This is Garden of Life, and this is actually a collab track that I did with, his artist name is Norris. His actual name is Felipe. He used to run Yellow Island Records, which is a label that I'm a part of, and I helped do things with them. But he collabed on this track with me, and it ended up, we just meshed so well when it comes to making music, because honestly, making music with other people, sometimes you just don't know how it's going to be, because sometimes people's energies just don't flow together and whatnot, but him and I, like, we worked on it really well. So yeah, this is Garden of Life, and I chose this because, I mean, it really does just look like a garden of life. There's, you know, plants in the background.
There's something about her.
It's something about the butterfly to me that just represents garden of life.
It's like the metamorphosis, you know, the stages of life. Yeah, they're very symbolic creatures. So we've already actually, this is kind of weird because I did pre-write these questions and we've already touched on this a bit. Okay. But my question is, what is your current mantra for life lately?
Current mantra for life?
You know, like how I was saying, closed mouths don't get fed. Or do you have one of those that you're like sticking to?
Oh my gosh, current mantra for life.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, just go after what you want. What I've actually been feeling lately, which I guess it could be a mantra, is really just letting go of my comfort zone. That is actually truly, like, that is a mantra.
That is a mantra.
Letting go of my comfort zone, because I often can get so stuck in that bubble and it doesn't feel good. And so this one comes in waves. Etari's Hypnotic Mix. This is another ambient track on the album. And it's cool because I started the album with an ambient track. So basically like no drums or anything, just full on like melodics and atmosphere and stuff like that. And then I ended the album with an ambient track. And I chose this because Comes in Waves to me, the track, it really just means like your life, you're gonna go through so many emotions and it's gonna come no matter what, but it's a matter of just how you handle those things when they come your way. And for me, that's why I chose this, because this picture just really, when I look at it, it represents like all the different emotions I feel like that you may go through. And
it's very like kind of chaotic.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But a little bit calming.
But that's how life is. It's kind of chaotic and kind of calming. So it comes in waves.
That's right. Absolutely. And this one's for the kids at home, because apparently kids watch this show. what advice do you have for people navigating the ups and downs of pursuing music, the waves?
You know what? Like, this is actually something that I still go through till this day. I almost feel like it's a learning experience, like for your whole life.
Yeah, you never fully
because
get
new
there.
new things will happen. New maybe new type of rejections that you haven't got in the music industry yet, so on and so on. But my advice, honestly, is to just keep going.
Yeah,
just to keep going. You actually people don't realize. I think like. Getting rejected sometimes is actually one of the best things that can happen to you.
Yep.
Because
rejection is protection.
Yes.
I
love that.
I'm so into mantras, guys.
Damn, you're a mantra queen, Jess.
No, I love mantras. But that's a good one, though.
It's so true because, like I said, I reached out to like 4 to 5 labels with this album and got rejected. And something in me was just saying, like, keep going. And I did. And look where it got me. You know, I released my first album, did not even have the intention of that. And yeah, that is my advice.
Good advice.
To all of you in the music industry.
Kids at home.
To all the kids at home, that's my advice.
Thank you for taking us on that journey, sister.
You can even just roll it.
No, that's perfect.
Sister.
Seriously, that was so sick.